Free to Be Women's Leadership has become a beautiful collective of unified women coming from all walks of life, all professions, and diversified backgrounds, coming together to grow in their leadership, yes, but also to grow in their mental and physical health, self-management, and what I think is paramount to it all, learning to grow in their God-given purpose. When women and students know who they are in Christ and what they are on this planet to do, they purposely lead their lives with passion, which equates to stronger relationships and families, stronger schools, workplaces, churches, and stronger communities as a whole. What we are experiencing with Free to Be today really started when I was a teenager and I felt a call of God on my life to serve. I didn't know what that would look like, but I surrendered my life to Him saying, do whatever you want to do so long as you can use me for your glory. I didn't really know what that was gonna look like at the time, but over the course of the next 10 years, I would serve on missions trips, grow as a worship leader, and even get married to a youth pastor and serve in the local church. But 6 years into the marriage, after having our first child, my husband at the time fell away from God and me, choosing a different path in life. As a single mom of an infant, I thought my ministry days were over. Little did I know, God was going to turn my pain into purpose. After a few years as a single mom, working full-time and ministering to ladies one-on-one who were walking through similar circumstances I'd faced, God brought an incredible man into my life. Chris's strong love and calm confidence made me and Maddie feel safe, and we were married within just a year. We wanted to have more children, but suffered a devastating miscarriage before we were blessed with our Taylor Grace. We prayed for one more baby, but lost babies for 4 years. After thinking God was clearly saying no and must have another plan in mind, I started seeking Him for what that could be. I was desperate to hear from God and move forward with my life, whatever that meant. As I asked, He answered with a question. I remember hearing God so clearly say, Tammy, will you help equip and mobilize women into leadership across the nations? I wasn't sure why He was asking me because at the time I had no connections in any other countries. I wasn't certified in leadership to speak or teach, but I said yes to God, and the rest is history. I got my leadership speaking and coaching certification that same year and started planning the first Free to Be at my local church. We called it Free to Be Awakened. Awaken to the fact that you were made for more. Very soon after we wrapped that amazing first conference, I discovered I was pregnant with a baby boy and carried Becca full term and got to take the next year to focus on our family. The next year, we moved to a larger space and hosted Free to Be Brave, literally days before the world shut down for the COVID-19 pandemic, having no idea how truly brave we would need to be. The next conference we hosted, as the world was opening back up, was Free to Be Fearless, because fear, anxiety, and depression had gripped our world in unprecedented ways, and that conference sold out months in advance, proving women were hungry and we needed a bigger venue in the community to minister to more women. Which is why the following year we moved to Old National Events Plaza for Free to Be Unstoppable. That conference took Free to Be to a whole new level as a team of volunteer contributors poured into the lives of 400 women hungry to pick back up their sword and keep fighting, not letting anything or anyone stop them from living their God-given purpose. The growth over the years has been exciting and a true testament to God's power and plan for every person's life who simply says yes to God. He's proven Himself faithful over and over in my life as I've clung to Jeremiah 29:11 that says, "For I know the plans I have for you are not to harm you, but to prosper you and to give you hope in a future." So year 5's growth is super exciting because not only did we move to a larger space that could accommodate more physical seats, but it can hold a camera crew for virtual seats in multiple states and countries as the initial calling comes full circle to equip and mobilize women into leadership across the nations. I can't wait to see what God has in store for Free to Be and all of you in the weeks, months, and years to come. Because if we all get on mission and live our God-given purpose, we can show the world God's real love and power through His grace coupled with our yes. No greater adventure than that, ladies. I hope you're ready to live passionately and lead on purpose.